Hi, everyone. This is your Friday reading. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for being here. If you are so inclined, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. And if not, that's okay too. You do what feels right for you. And speaking of which, okay, this is a general reading, so it cannot apply to everyone's circumstances. If something resonates with you, even just a part of it, and you get that, it's like a bell goes off, then okay, take that. But you don't have to take anything at all if you don't want to. This is your life, and we all have free will. And I definitely want to reinforce that. We all have free will. Okay, so the vibe. When I asked for the vibe for Friday, I started hearing a drum beat. And I don't mean the one where you are going inward and you're putting yourself in a meditative state, that kind of thing. No. It was like a drum beat, like um, the drums are. It's like if there were a background score for a movie, they would be getting ready to charge into battle. Now, don't get scared because I don't think it means charging into battle, but I do think it means getting ready to take something head on in a positive, good way, meaning you are going to be energized, you're going to be ready. And if this is your reading, okay, or if this is the energy that is for you, it might not be, but overwhelmingly, I heard just, I'm making it shake, sorry, but it felt like a drum beat of get ready, get motivated, do it, go now. So it was that it was very motivating. And before I even heard that, I had picked out this. It's a beautiful, beautiful mug, and it's got tons of roses on it, and I love that. And what I thought was, but roses are such gentle, fragrant, beautiful things, and I do see them as promoting loving, gentle energy. Then I remembered, yeah, but you've got to wear gloves to prune them, or you have to be really careful. Roses are beautiful, but some of them have incredibly sharp thorns that do more than just break the skin. They can leave a sting almost. So it's okay to be fragrant, soft, and beautiful, but know how to use your thorns when you need to. So I think it's someone who. Let's clarify this because I feel like it's a message that might make someone comfortable. So Spirit, step in and help me to clarify what that energy is. Why? Okay, what they want you to know is that you can handle anything. And there is a time to sit back and bite your tongue and just sort of let it pass by you, because with some people, you're not going to change the mind of the person, and it's just going to be a lose-lose situation, just because it's going to do nothing but raise your blood pressure. So, but then there are other times, and that's what Spirit is saying. There are other times when you just have to, and it's not like you're turning around engaging in an argument, but it might be time for you to just get up and say, no, that's what you believe, that's how you feel, not me. I'm not staying for this. So you get up and you walk out. That's the kind of energy it feels like. Where standing in your truth means that you don't have to engage necessarily, but you rise to the occasion, you stand within your own strength, and you get up and you walk out and say, bye, don't need this. So someone is getting ready to have one of those moments. Now, I feel like it's going to be, like I said, empowering and strong. For some of you, some of you are just going to say, forget about all this. I'm going to go be my own boss and start my own business, or I'm taking a total change of direction, or I have finished everything I need to finish with this, and so now I'm going to go out and do something new. Or you're going to say, I am taking control of, and then whatever it is. It doesn't have to be something huge. I mean, it could be a teenager who doesn't want to clean his or her room, you know? So it's just saying, You want me to keep doing all this stuff for you? Clean up your room. You want dinner? Great, clean up your room. And I know that may sound harsh, but all this gentle parenting, okay, if that's working for you, you keep on doing it. I don't mean to be harsh, but sometimes you just have to say no. No, never hurt anybody. Okay? And that's what this energy feels like. You're not getting into a physical altercation of any kind. You're just saying, no. Mm-mm. Shape it up. And you all know what I'm talking about too. So, and you can even do that in a kind and gentle way, but sometimes you just gotta say no. And sometimes adults are the worst, sometimes you get a group of adults together and you can't make anybody happy. It's sort of like, and there's always that one person who always has to run everything and always has to run their mouth at the same time. So just feeling all full of whatever vim and vigor today. I don't know. All right, let's go to the cards. I haven't used these in a long time. The Higher Self Oracle. I think this, Deanna Marie Riddick. Okay, so let's see where these cards take us with this unusual vibe that we have. It really seems like a very unusual vibe. You might have to stand up for yourself a little bit, but when you do, you're not going to be over the top and all wild and hysterical or anything. I mean, that doesn't work either. But for the most part, but I said for the most part. Every now and then you got to show a little crazy. I guess. I don't know. It depends on the situation. Anyway, for the most part, it usually works out if you're nice. I don't know why I think that's so funny. Try to be nice all the time. Then you have nothing to apologize for later, even if it's to yourself. But anyway, I do feel like you may have to stand up for yourself. So sometime either, and I don't even think it's this weekend. I think it'll blow over by then. I think it's Friday evening or night. Someone's going to have to stand up for him or herself. And I feel like it's because someone just keeps needling you, pushing your buttons, and is really getting kind of arrogant and cocky about it, like they're getting away with it. So they're just going to needle and push you a little bit more. Sometimes that's when you have to say no. Okay? And it doesn't matter who we're talking about. Yeah. You stand firm. Okay? You're not doing anything wrong. I'm not getting that. I'm not picking that up. I feel like this is an unjust. I spent a lot of time on this. Geez, what is that, 8 minutes? But I feel like this is an unjust situation where someone is delighting in feeling like they have a hold over you. And it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So someone is, that gives someone an inch and they'll take a mile. Yeah. This person is trying to take about 10 miles. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the Higher Self Oracle has to say to us. What does the Higher Self Oracle have to say? What does the Higher Self Oracle? Mother, Father, God, please help us to understand the messages. Help me to understand what it is that you want me to say. Okay. Worry. Yeah. I think someone in the collective is worrying about what to say and how to say it because they're worried. They don't even want to deal with this interaction that's coming up. So someone in the collective, and again, if this doesn't resonate for you, maybe it's someone you know, but it could be, I do feel like there's someone who they don't want to come across as the heavy, mean person. But if they don't want to continually be taken advantage of and taken for granted, it's about time to speak up, I think, and speak your truth. Okay, what else have we got? Listen. Okay, so listen. And also, this is a bird. Of course, it's a bird, but it's a bird that's flying next to her, and you see the those aren't tail feathers, that's energy. So listen to spirit, listen to the nudge, and someone at some point I feel like is going to say something, and you're going to just, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, and you're going to say, you've crossed a line. You've crossed that line now, and that's inappropriate. You can't talk to me that way. I'm just going to leave now. And it is totally over, and it is totally fine if you do that. I feel like this has been going on for years. This is something that's been going on for a very, very long time. They know just what buttons to push, and they like pushing them. Not very nice. Okay, so I know there's worry, a little bit of anxiety about what to expect. Just listen, but listen for truth, not what you want to hear or something that's sugar-coated, okay? And you stand up for yourself. And then, again, that doesn't have to mean getting into some big, long argument or fight. It just means, look at the bottom, okay? It just means that you take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and of course, physically. Okay, transformation is the next card. This would be like the equivalent of the Tower, or it could be death, the death card, but I feel like it's more of a Tower in this instance because you, in this, whatever the situation is, and it could cross any number of lines, it could cross anything, it could be a family member, work, whatever, people in your community, the transformation, I just heard the transformation is complete because you start out focusing on what could go wrong. You stop, listen, and observe, asking spirit for help and looking at things with total clarity. And then there is the transformation where you see it. You see it, you recognize it, you can't unsee it, and you just decide, now I know what to do. Okay, now I know what to do. And look at this. On the bottom of the deck, it was vision. So yeah, you are getting ready to come into some clarity about a person, place, situation, event, whatever it is. And it will help you evolve into a stronger, better person. It will make your life better. It will teach, hopefully, by showing that with humility and grace, you can easily walk away from something, and there's really harm to none because again, it's not a big fight. It is, and the energy is much calmer around me now because I was just like ready to take something to task, and it's not necessary, but I think that helped to put me in the understanding and the mindset of the energy that someone else may be in. Okay, now I'm using the Quantum Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. Yeah, and when I was shuffling, this one in the middle came out to the side and said, pick it up. All right, so decrease. You've got tiny little bit of water in a vast desert. So again, I feel like there are a lot of fear-based thoughts that are not necessary. Let me just open it up again, don't you? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So on one side where I open it up, it's the card of consciousness, a lack consciousness, a consciousness of lack. And that goes along with this desert. That is a mindset. And you want to be careful about attracting more of the same, okay? On the other side of the deck, though, which is the one that was... Oh, I hear Hazel. She's just kind of roaming around, I think. What are you doing, baby? I'm sorry, hold on. Hazel? Hi, baby, I'm in here. Here she comes. I think she was just wondering where I was. She just woke up. All right, planning and action. So with planning and action, hi, baby. With planning and action, yeah, that's like a... Let me put on my glasses because I want to make sure what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's a map It's a map. It's a map leading to a castle. It looks like a golden road, or a golden brick road is leading straight to it. The only what's crossing it is a pen with a compass. So it's up to you to find your direction. Things are not always going to land in your lap. You keep doing what you need to do to make your life well, and everything you want it to be, and everything will fall into place in the right time. I'm hearing, oh, okay. Oh, I just heard a song. You all will know what it is, and you can look it up if you want. It's "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." That's actually a line in the song. Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the stick to the rivers and the streams that you know. Something like that. Now, that doesn't mean don't go after your dreams, but it means if you do the same thing you've always done and expect it to be different, well, as the other saying goes, that's not a lyric in a song, but still a saying, adage, I don't know, whatever. But if you keep doing the same old thing you've always done and expect a different outcome, that, as they say, the nebulous they, that means, well, that's the definition of insanity. Which I don't know how that really applies, because, I mean, stick to the rivers and the streams that you know, that's still doing the same thing over and over again. It's almost like, I want people to go chase waterfalls. I want people to do that. I want people to go after their dreams. It's not the song as much, but one of the three women who sang it. There was one, she died very young. She was in a car accident. Left Eye, was it Left Eye Lopez, I think was her name? Left Eye, okay, she had a glass eye. Anyway, she was the epitome of adventure. You know, it's like feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm just throwing out all kinds of cliches right now, but it's that feel the fear and do it anyway. Her life was completely jam-packed full from start to the unfortunately early ending of her life. I think the message is just be careful. Be careful. Know your worth. Don't just fall into any old thing that anybody throws at you. Understand what your value is in this world. And if you need to, I just feel like someone is on the verge of being taken advantage of. Okay? And that's why I guess I'm getting these jumbled weird messages, and because I'm feeling, oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay. So this jumbled weird thing, I don't know how to interpret. What does that mean? Why am I saying da 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 da? Okay. That's the energy around someone right now. That is the energy around someone right now. If you can't think clearly, don't make a big decision. Pull back. Stand down. Do not go charge again until you have a little bit of clarity and you can see with clarity. Don't go jumping in to the first thing you find, okay? It could be that there's something better coming along. Now, that's a very fine line you got to be careful of. But, you know, if you're in a good situation or you've got a great job and you're happy there, why would you just up and quit? You wouldn't want to do that. But if you're miserable and you just resign yourself to, well, I guess I got to be here forever. No, you don't. I think that's more to the point. This isn't for the people who are in good situations and you're happy with where you are and the way things are moving along. But if you're on the opposite end of that, completely and totally in this chaos of worry and fear and uncertainty, and if you feel, here's the measure. If you feel like you're grasping, if you feel like you have to dig in claws and you have to grasp to hold on, that is a moment of incredible fear and chaos. And that is not a good place to be. And it's okay to let go. Because the tighter you try to claw onto something, the less likely you're going to keep it. And then you're going to feel, well, you're just going to feel all that abandonment and horrible, when in reality, it never should have been what you were looking at anyway. I hope that makes sense. It's not a good feeling. I don't like that feeling. So if that's what someone is going through, wow. I think that's what all of this was. That's what all of this was. 1, stop and take a breath. You're not in a race. 2, stop, take a breath, listen to spirit. You're not alone. 3, don't make any sweeping, life-altering changes, or not changes, but decisions. Sometimes we're forced into them. It's like, if you lose your job or you move, something like that, yeah, you're going to move, unless it's something you really hated anyway and there's another job lined up for you. But it's one of those things that, God, I'm afraid of talking more because I feel like I'm just doubling back over myself. What a weird recording. What a strange reading. This is a strange reading. And I'm tempted just to start over, but I'm not going to, because there's something in this that someone needs to hear. Your decisions are an extension of how you see yourself. So if your decisions are an extension of how you see yourself, are you just rushing into something and making excuses for people? Or are you surrounding yourself with people who truly want the best for you, who are giving and nurturing for you? Or are you only around people who want to take, use it up while they can? That's what I feel like is going on. And someone also needs to hear this. It's not your job to fix anyone. We're talking about some grown people here, okay? It is not your job to fix anyone. And if people don't like this new, stronger version of you that's holding people accountable for their actions, and it doesn't have to be in a harsh way. It's just, no, I'm not going to go along with that because I don't think that's a good idea. Period. Then you know what? Let them go. That's not the right person for you. That's not the right job for you. You may have to keep it until you find something else, but it's up to you to do the work. And I think that's what that one card was saying. With the map leading up to the castle, you've got to do the work. You're not just going to go to sleep and one day wake up inside the castle. You've got to get your map out and get there. Okay? So be careful of the decisions you make. That's it. Well, I wish I'd gotten this earlier. Could have made this a lot shorter. Yeah, the decisions you make are a direct view or interpretation of who you are, an extension of who you are, and what you believe in, and what you're willing to accept. So what are you willing to accept? I feel like no one can answer that but you. And you are getting ready, you in the collective, as a group, individual, whomever this is for, you're getting ready to make some big, pretty massive life-altering changes. So just make sure, if you think about how you feel, do you feel good when you think about it? There's always going to be a little nervousness, but do you feel good? Or do you have a sense of complete dread? The nerves can make you feel a little anxious, but dread is totally different. Evaluate your decisions. And then do what's right for you and yes, for other people, but if you're doing what's right for you and in your highest good and the highest good of those around you, it all will fall into place. Okay. Well, that was a lot and rambling and just not linear at all. That was a whole lot of circular logic going on, and I'm going to use the word logic um, pretty lightly there because it wasn't a whole lot of logic either. Okay, well, happy Friday. We're going into the weekend, so I do think whatever it is, you're going to see the truth of it by the end of the day Friday, and then this weekend will be where you sink into a comfortable understanding of who you are and what you stand for. Okay. All right, everyone. I don't even know if I want to watch this one. Usually once I upload it and, when it's up and running, I'll take a look at it, and I don't know if I want to on this one. I kind of, but really, I seriously was thinking about just saying, no, I'm going to ditch this one. Let's try again. Not making a whole lot of sense here. But I keep just getting that nudge from Spirit. I mean, literally, they're pushing me in the back saying, no, let it go as is. So, I don't know. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend. And I will be back with you for a Monday reading. And I feel like it's like if you're on a roller coaster and it's clicking up right now. It's clicking up, up, up. And when you're at the top and you have the most anxiety and worry, and then it drops, that's Friday. But then you're like, woohoo! And then you get into the fun part where you just feel like you're floating and flying. So yeah, we just, okay. I think that's it. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves. I love you. Thank you. And we'll talk soon.